Good afternoon, good evening, and completely good morning here. I hope you had a great festive time with your near and dear ones. I formally welcome you to the session three of Speechcrafters Saturday batch. I'm elated and delighted to have everyone on board. As I said, I always mention and would like to reiterate it's a platform of learning, unlearning, and relearning the process and the art of public speaking. On that note, let's begin our session right away. We'll move to give you a background to all the people who are joining us for the very first time. We will have three sessions today. We will start with our table topic session, which is the impromptu speaking, followed by the prepared speeches from our beautiful speech crafters. Then we'll go to the evaluation of prepared speeches and the education session, which will give us immense content about our next speech session, followed by a general evaluation. On that note, let me welcome the person who will help me to keep everything on check and on time, who is the timer for today. For the timing part, I have a very special guest with me. She is a finance executive by profession and an entrepreneur by choice, a Toastmaster since 2018, the Vice President Education at Kakiawara Toastmaster Club, Sri Lanka. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Avarjana. Thank you, Toastmaster Avarjana. Please help us with the brief timing cards for table topics only. Followed by that, we'll go with the sequence. Stage is all yours, Avarjana. Please.
So I'll be the timer for today's program. And for the table topics, each speaker will be having 2 minutes to speak. So I will be showing the green card at the end of 1 minute and the yellow card at the end of one and a half minutes and the red card at the end of 2 minutes and until the speaker finishes his or her speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avarjana. Now you know whom you have to keep an eye on while speaking because the card will keep on flashing. And being speakers is pretty much important to be on time when you have a topic in place. On that note, let's begin with our very first section of table topic, which is impromptu speaking. To have the entire session in place, we have a very charming and bubbly Toastmaster with us. She is a biotechnologist turned into psychology enthusiast. She is currently pursuing her PGD in training and development from ISTD Delhi. Aside of being a student, her keen interest lies in interacting with people, making friends, and giving surprises. She has been a Toastmaster since January 2020. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Manvi, who will be the table topic master of the day. Toastmaster Manvi, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti. I hope I am clearly audible and visible. Thank you so much. So, I'm not sure you know about table topics or not, so I'll give a brief about it. Table topics is all about impromptu speaking, where I have few topics and on which you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. The timer cards will be shown in the following pattern. The green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow will be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds, and a red card will be shown at 2 minutes. So before giving you all the topic, why not let's have a icebreaker because I am joining in for the very first time here. So I want to hear from all of you how you spent your Diwali, especially from the speech crafters. Speech crafter Rashi. How was your festive week? How you celebrated your Diwali?
Festive week was too good and too happening. You know, too much of festivities, too much of cards parties. Like it was maddening, literally. And that is why I am like under viral fever since last 1 week. Still, I'm going and being a part of it. But it was fun. This is the only time in the year when you are able to meet, not able exactly, but when you meet people, all your friends, and like on daily basis and with so much of excitement and everything. So I think that is also a part of the festival itself. And too many things like decorations and decorating the house and all sorts of puja and all sorts of rituals. What you do, I do follow all the rituals. I really believe in following. That gives us a feel of the festival, and you are able to pass it on to your generations as well. Now you have to keep the tradition alive, because most of the people are like, many are giving up away with so many traditions and rituals. But I do feel that we should do it to an extent, at least so we to for us to remember and to like pass it on to our future generations, like, so that the spirit of festival as well as the positivity and the spiritualism is continued. Otherwise, in the fast growing world and the westernized culture, everything is getting winding off. Only parties, parties. But at the same time, you need to follow the rituals and the traditions as well. To
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you so
my
much for
value.
sharing.
Like, yeah.
Thank you. And can we give a huge round of applause to Speechcrafter Rashi? She is suffering from fever, viral, and still joined in. Thank you so much for joining and showing that dedication. She mentioned one thing about playing cards on Diwali. How many of you do play cards on Diwali? Please give a raise of hand. No one. Okay, I do. I am with you, Speechcrafter Rashi. Don't worry.
I don't play too much, but I do attend the thing. Like, I'm not a card person, but still I go and meet people. Like, and I love watching them more. Because actually I don't know how
Yes.
to play. I've just learned 2 or 3 games, matlab, like, but now I've forgotten everything because I'm not very much into it. But that is just a pastime for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, this is exactly how impromptu speaking will work. I'll ask a question and you have to answer. That was a small demo. But the questions will not be about Diwali or your festive week. So, who would like to take up the challenge and go on with the first speech for the table topics? Can we have someone from Toastmasters so that speech crafters get a fair idea? I can see table topic evaluator. Why not?
Can I? Sorry.
Sure, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Toastmaster Lakshmi. Where there is will, there are relatives. Where there is will, there are relatives. Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Uh, Table topic master, if I may just reiterate the sentence once again. It was where there is a will, there are relatives,
Yes.
right? Where there is a will, there are relatives. How true is that? And I'm sure most of us here who have conducted a wedding will relate to this. Yes, because that's where, when we have the willpower to finish that wedding in pomp and show, but there are relatives who are ready to pull that willpower down. So recently, what happened was I had to attend a program, and it was a relative's wedding. To be precise, it was my cousin's wedding. And we had the stage set. All the cousins were ready with the dances, and we just wanted to have fun. The younger generation, okay, 40 plus, okay, no, 40, below 40, younger generation, we were ready with the dances. And then suddenly, there is this cute little nanny who walks in, not my nanny, somebody's nanny. And she says, how will you guys dance for a wedding and all? It is the girl's wedding. You should not dance. It doesn't look good. It doesn't, suit our culture. Yes, Nani, you're right. But we also like to have fun. The Mallu weddings, all that we do is eat, tie the tali, and we are done. So let's have a little more flavor to that wedding. That's why we want to have some fun. No, I don't think it should be done. Where is the bride's father? Call him. I was like, okay, what's going to happen now? It was a tough situation to convince her. More importantly, convince the bride's father at this point that even though Nani is saying that we should not dance, we should be dancing. because it is his only child's marriage, right? And it should be a fun one. After this, how her life is going to turn out, what she's going to do is different. But what we can do for her is to give her the best. That's how we convinced her. We had the willpower there, even though there were relatives. And that's what happened. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Master Lakshmi. When she was sharing her take, uh, I'll request you to please mute. Thank you. When she was sharing her take, it reminded me of my own incident. That was, I believe, 1 week back when my cousin was getting engaged, and somewhat the same incident happened. My relatives tried stopping me, but we had the will, we moved on. Thank you so much for bringing that phase of the point specifically on the topic. Now, who would like to go next? From the speechcrafters specifically.
I'll go next, Manvi.
Okay, speechcrafter Renu. Junk food is healthy. Junk food is healthy. Speechcrafter Renu.
Junk food is healthy. I believe in this. Junk food is really healthy. All the yummy things that we love to eat are healthy. You name it. We love chole kulche. We love rajma chawal. We love chole bhature. We love pizzas. You name all the junk food. And I feel it is healthy when it comes to me, because I feel there is only one life and you must eat whatever you want, as long as you are able to exercise well and shed off those extra kilos. Any kind of food is healthy. I'll give you an example. Earlier, when I was young, I was told that we must not have pizzas, we must not have chole bhatures, we should not have uh, the street food, anything which was full of ghee and all. And I used to believe that. But later, as we started growing, I realized that whatever is yummy is so called supposed to be unhealthy. So when it came to me, I started eating a little at a time whenever I felt like eating. So if anything is eaten in moderation, it becomes healthy for me. So even if I'm having gajar ka halwa, I am having sweet once in a while. So I treat myself once in a while, in a week or so. If I eat, it becomes healthy for me. Anything in moderation is healthy. So for me, I feel junk food is healthy if eaten in moderation and once in a while. Thank you.
Thank you so much, speechcrafter Renu. You gave a different take. Today only I was convincing my mother. Mama, see, burger has all the vegetables in it. Pizza has all the vegetables in it. Cheese is even made from milk. All these are healthy things, right? So these all things are actually healthy instead of being junk. She didn't got convinced, but I got convinced that if these things taken in moderation as shared by you, then it is obviously healthy for all of us. Thank you so much for sharing that take. Now who would like to go next? Who would like to take up the next topic? Speechcraft Rashi, would you like to go? You are on mute.
Okay, yeah, I can take it.
Okay. Speechcrafter Rashi, life is tough, but so you are. Life is tough, but so you are, Speechcrafter Rashi.
Okay. Yeah, this is one statement I can relate to myself, and to people around me as well. Life is actually tough. Life is not an easy cake to eat, but still, you need, if life is tough, I am tougher. That what goes with me. You see, challenges are a part and parcel of our life. And if we don't take it happily, in howsoever way, we have to deal with the situations in our life. So even if we don't take it happily, we have to do things that way. I have a very live example of one of my sister-in-laws, my bhabhi, my cousin bhabhi. My brother passed away in COVID. She's just of my age, and the way she has handled her kids are also of my kids' age. Like they both are boys, and both are now permanently residing in like foreign lands, one in Europe and one in America. And she is left all alone suddenly because after but the example what she has put up in front of me is truly resonating with this phrase of life is tough but she's tougher. However, she's a very very delicate and a modest lady I've ever come across. But the way she has handled her situations, she has handled her mother-in-law. She didn't tell her, she's my buaji's daughter-in-law, and even my buaji was not keeping well, and like she didn't even let her know for 6 months that her son has passed away. And the way she has handled the situation, this thing has actually proved in her case. So, you come once you look up to such people, and she was always telling him that he has gone on some tour, he is not here, he's coming late from the shop, and things like that. She used to evade the topic. The point, the gist behind this is the basically the way she handled the situation, the way she handled her boys, that has given us an example to fight, to be a fighter and to be a warrior and to come out victorious out of it. So even with me, like I have come across so many situations in life when I have been pulled down too much, but in spite of that, I just try to maintain my mental balance, to pull forward with things, to carry forward and be at that positive attitude that this too shall pass. So I believe with this thing that life is tougher, but we need to be tougher, and everything passes off with time. So thank you.
Manvi's
I
screen
think
is
there is some
frozen.
lag. Yeah, just wait for a few seconds.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I think I'll go off video now because the audio was lagging. Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Rashi, for sharing that aspect and letting us all know how we can be strong in the positive if we'll think positive and if we'll be determined enough. Thank you so much. Now,
Thanks.
who would like to go next? I can see Speechcrafter Ravi. Okay, Speechcrafter Sarah. You raise your hand.
Yeah,
Speechcrafter,
I can go.
Speechcrafter Sarah. To lead, first you have to follow. To lead, first you have to follow. Speechcrafter Sarah.
To lead, first you have to follow. This is something which it is personally related to what I am experiencing at the moment in my post graduation, which is that I am leading my class as a class monitor. But in order to have the whole class follow me, I have to follow the decorum first, which is very challenging for me. Uh, Provided reason being that so there are certain rules that we have to follow in our university. One is that we have very early classes from 8:30, and me being a very late riser, it is very difficult for me to reach at the correct time every day. So I do find myself always struggling and running to make that, first period. So yes, that is one thing that I feel in order to lead, I have to follow that one regime. But apart from that, some other rules that we have is having some uniforms and wearing formal wears, and always uh, being polite to the professors and things like that, which I feel I'm really good at, because I have received quite a lot of compliments from my fellow colleagues saying that this is something which you're good at. So I feel at least there I am fulfilling the criteria to follow, and therefore to help lead the people. So yes, I do believe that personally, if you want people to follow you, if you want to lead someone, you have to provide a good example to them. And yes, sometimes it is challenging to yourself follow those rules or those challenges that you have set for yourself. But at the end of the day, they are for your betterment, and they will definitely, I'm sure, inspire others as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Sarah. I totally agree with you. I am a late riser, and I know how difficult it is to lead a whole class, especially when we are ourselves late. Thank you so much for sharing the incident and your personal experience. Thank you so much. Now I can see Speechcrafter Ravneet.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
yeah.
Okay. Speechcrafter Ravneet. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Speechcrafter Ravneet.
We suffer much in imagination than in reality. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yes. So this is the topic now, and we suffer much in imagination than in reality.
Yes.
Yes, it's true that we suffer much in imagination than in reality. As in imagination, we just keep on thinking about few stuff that, and we keep on, manifesting those things that are that we can do, but then we believe that we can't do. So few things that just come up in our lives, and we think we get anxieties and stress that how we are going to do it, and we start questioning and answering ourselves in our mind, setting those positive and negative, all negative thoughts in our mind. But since I believe in God a lot, and I believe that if we put one foot forward, He's there, to guide us through all the next steps. So I believe in God. So whenever some things just come up in my mind or come in my way on my journey, I do try and force myself to take one step, and then He is there as a guiding light for me, and then I follow Him a lot. So instead of imaginations, which always give us a negative impact, I think we should just follow our heart and follow God, and I think He'll sail us through the path. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Ravneet, for sharing that specifically about God and how we get strength and positivity from that path. Thank you so much. With this, I would like to request all of you to please give a huge round of applause to all the speakers who had the guts to come up in the impromptu speaking session. Thank you so much to all the speakers. Now, with this, I would like to wind up my session as a table topic master and will give the stage back to your coordinator speech, Toastmaster Smriti. Toastmaster Smriti, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi. Can we have a huge round of applause for her? Thank you so much, Manvi, for bringing such interesting topics to discuss and share our point of view. You made the session lively. What else I can ask for just to begin a session like this? Thank you so much once again. Toastmaster Avarjana, can you please help us with the timing report before we move to the evaluation?
Yeah, sure. So I will share the timing report. So educator Lakshmi spoke for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Speechcraft Renu spoke for 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Speechcraft Rashi spoke for 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Toastmaster Sara spoke for 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and Toastmaster Ravneet spoke for 1 minute and 29 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Varjana. You can please share the report with me personally, and I'll share the same with the respective speech crafters later. On that note, while we were speaking and sharing our mind out and heart out with our emotions and valid points, someone was evaluating each gesture, both verbal and non-verbal. It's always good to have the evaluation in place when you are attempting something new in life. So please put your hands together to invite our Toastmaster Telina, specially requested to join the session from Sri Lanka, who will be evaluating all the table topics today. To share an introduction, he's a seasoned Toastmaster with 9 years of experience from Sri Lanka. He's actively involved with two Toastmasters Club as a happiness coach, motivational speaker, and a public speaking coach. He's dedicated in inspiring and empowering others on their journey to personal and professional growth. We have the privilege to have you here with us. Just to give a timing update, we will have 5 minutes to evaluate all our speakers. The stage is all yours, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Smurti, ladies, and evaluator Dharmalingam. Just kidding. All the speech crafters members and Toastmasters, because I only see me and Dharmalingam as men here. Okay, so if we go to the first table topic, Lakshmi. Whenever there is will, there are relatives. You pulled, you took our attention by talking about something really related to us, which is wedding. So sharing those kind of personal things, life experiences, always catch the attention of the audience. So good that you use that. So keep on doing it. And also I have find you're very enthusiastic when you're giving the speech. And I saw like certain elements of storytelling related in your speech too. So those things are really good. Toastmaster speech crafters Lakshmi. So only thing I saw I need to ask you to improve is like sort of screen management. We can do screen management in a speech, not in like doing the Toastmastering or like Toastmaster of the day, but in a speech you can manage your screen, which put some color to the speech. And we will, like, since we are watching a screen, it will make your speech more lively. So Toastmaster Lakshmi, keep your storytelling aspect and be enthusiastic as you were, and try to do some screen sharing. If we go to the next speech, Renu Sani, junk food is healthy. Yes, you use gestures really well when you talk about me and when you explain certain things. It was really something nice. And I have seen your eye contacts also. Your eye contacts were on the camera. That is really good, especially when you're doing an online meeting. Our eyes should be on the camera. Then only the people will feel that we are looking at them. So one thing I have noticed that it should improve. Like, I was thinking whether you should repeat the theme. You repeat the theme and then ask a nice question. Junk food is healthy. like you said the statement like in a way like a question. That was really nice. But we don't, like, I feel why we need to repeat the theme. You can, like, since we don't have much time, you can jump into the theme and start. You can use like a question or story or a quotation. Since this is impromptu, it's really hard to come up with something like that, but if you have certain things, you can do that. So keep it up. Then if we go to Rashi, life is tough, so you are. I have seen some voice modulation. When you say, if life is tough, I am tougher, you like made that statement. That voice modulation is good. So in a speech, we need to have voice modulation. And I was thinking whether you should use more hand gestures. Like I felt like you can use, like, I know that it's very limited when you're online, like, or when you're on video, but still we can use our hand gestures. And I was thinking like whether you have given a punch message. If you can give a punch message also, that would be nice. Thank you very much. Keep all the things in your speech, good things, and try to use the punch message. So your speeches will be very beautiful. Your speeches were beautiful, but more beautiful on the next time. And Speechcraft Sarah, to lead first, you have to follow. So I have again seen you are very enthusiastic and shared a personal experience. Especially in impromptu speeches, we tend to share personal experience, personal stories. This is very good because people connect to that. Like things like you are a college student, so there can be students here, or there can be people who had the same experience. So keep that up. Try to use personal stories. Again, I have seen like you repeat the theme, so you don't need to repeat the theme. That's my personal belief. You can jump into the speech and start with a quotation or a question. So keep your enthusiasm and share personal stories, but try to start with a nice beginning with a question or quotation. Finally, Ravinit, right? So yes, you had a nice speech. You spoke about God, which is also a very common thing among humans, because many of us believe in God. That is good. You end the speech with a good message, like a part of the message was follow your heart and God. So that was a good thing. That was a punch message. But I felt like if you can use eye contacts and more gestures again, that would be nice, because people will grab the attention through your eye contacts and gestures. So Ravneet, share your personal stories and share common things and try to use more eye contacts and gestures. Thank you very much all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Please join me in putting a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Helena for sharing so many insights, evaluating back to back all the speech crafters and Toastmasters. I made a note of all the points so that I will also get a chance to improve myself putting these suggestions in place. Thank you so much once again for giving your time and sharing your valuable insights. On that note, I know how the heart is pumping for all our speech crafters, and I intentionally thought that I'll not share the sequence well in advance. Let's keep the surprise element, and I'll randomly pick the sequence here itself. So we will start with our prepared speeches today. All the speech crafters where they had their respective education session where they understood about speech organization. So today they will be presenting a prepared speech of 3 to 5 minutes where we will see a glimpse of speech organization as well. So Toastmaster Avarjana, I would request you to brief regarding the timer role in a prepared speech. Stage is all yours.
So when it comes to the prepared speeches session, as Smriti told, you all will be having 2 to 3 minutes. So at the end of 2 minutes, I will show you the green card. Okay? And at the end of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will show you the yellow card. And at the end of 3 minutes, I will show you the red card until you finish your speech. Yeah, so over to you, Smriti.
Toastmaster, originally it was 3 to 5 minutes. There was a small, I think you took
Oh,
for, no worries. If you don't mind, can you please repeat for our speech crafters understanding? Three
for
to 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So if it's 3 to 5 minutes speech, I will show you the green card at the end of 3 minutes and yellow card at the end of 4 minutes and the red card at the end of 5 minutes and until you finish your speech. So I will come up with my report at the end of the session.
Thank you so much, Avarchana, for taking us through the cards and reminding us that again, we have to not indulge completely on our speeches, rather, keep a keen eye on the timer as well. Let's start with a prepared speech session, and the first speech will be delivered by Speechcrafter Ravneet, who will be evaluated by our Toastmaster Samita. I can see both of you on screen, so I'm taking it as a yes from both of you. Okay, great. Speechcrafter Ravneet. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Speechcrafter Ravneet.
What is a thankful heart? A thankful heart is a heart full of gratitude for all the things that God has done and what He will continue to do in our lives, all through our lives. So it's just a difference between a positive and a negative attitude, I think. So it had been 4 years, and my daughter had completely settled in boarding. And I've seen her transforming into a beautiful, confident individual with all over personality developments. I was very happy. God has been very kind. It was a tough decision and a tough time emotionally, but then God helped me to sail through the time, and then it made me stronger day by day. Then came the time of my son. He cracked the entrance exam and then the interview as well. He was selected candidate. We got the results and our hearts were pouring with joy. We were overjoyed with the news as it was his dream to go to a boarding. He got admitted in Belém Boys and and he had really worked hard. So we were all very, very happy. So for him getting selected, but the emotions were very mixed. We were very, very happy, but then the side emotions or this other emotion that peeped out from my heart was the separation. The to see him separating from me was a big fear in my mind, a fear of not seeing him every day, a fear of not seeing him growing every day, a fear of not seeing his face and his smile every day, that had become, started haunting my heart and my mind every day. But then God was there. He was seeing everything and he had his own plans. That is what I think. So me and my son, it was a difficult thing to, we get separated and sleep together or stay together without each other. As my daughter was also in boarding, my husband was working out of station, and my mother-in-law had just passed away. So my whole routine revolved around Angad. So it was a very difficult time to take that or absorb that thing in my mind and mentally prepare myself, to stay without him. But then God was working on it. So we had to go to Chandigarh. It was the opening of our inauguration of one of our mines in Chandigarh. So we went to Chandigarh, and so the whole family was there. the inauguration happened, and next day the lockdown was declared. And we as a family were all together, spending quality time, everyone together after a long time. So, and then my mom stays just very close to my house. So my children, they decided to go to the Nani's place and stay with Masi and, have a lovely Nani house time for 1 month. So we were meeting each other in between, because since she was very close to me, to my place. So we used to see each other for studying together or playing games or, eating together. So he started to learn to stay without me and sleep without me. I could see the changes coming in him, and seeing him growing together. So God was training him. Yes, he was training him, and he was making me comfortable. He was making me comfortable so that I can see him, staying without me. I can see him settling very well in front of me before going to boarding. So and then he was staying with my daughter also, who mentally prepared him for all the the fantasies, all the fantasy stories about the boardings and the good and the bad points and the strong points. So he was mentally as well as physically prepared. So what more could I have asked from God? He made all the impossible things that were going in my mind possible in front of, before going to him. So I was so happy, and my heart was full of so much of gratitude for him that I can't say. I was very, very happy. So I think whatever happens for good, and the God's plans are the best plans. That is what I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Ravneet. Let's put our hands together and thank you, Ravneet, for sharing that emotional journey with us, sharing how relationship and people grow with time, and the Almighty has all the cards in place, who is there to show the path to walk with us. Thank you so much for sharing those beautiful emotional story with us. Let's put our hands together again for our Speechcrafter Ravneet.
Thank you so much. You are on mute, Smriti.
Okay, thank you. Uh, let's get the dice rolling. Let me see whom to pick next. I'm enjoying this part. Okay, it's Speechcraft Sarah, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Dharma. I can see both of you on my screen. So it's a yes from both of you. Okay. Speechcrafter Sarah, a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, Speechcrafter Sarah.
A cup of coffee. We all have had dreams we wish to achieve, be it an actor, a singer, a fashion designer, teacher. And during our childhood, whenever we were asked what we wish to become as an adult, we would all give all sorts of bizarre answers. We were stress free, and we were told that we could achieve anything that we set our minds to through just sheer determination and hard work. And like all the young, adventurous, and carefree children, my journey of self discovery started with a cup of coffee. My parents are wonderful people who have always supported me in whatever field or activity that I have wished to explore, be it painting, singing, playing some instruments, trying out sports like swimming, taekwondo, and tennis. I was provided with the opportunity to try and perform it, and that really helped shape and further strengthen my mindset about the things that I wish to achieve in life. On one such coffee date with my parents, I remember them asking me what I wish to become later in life. And I remember answering them with, I'll become an actress when I grow up. But once I started growing up and realized that not all that glitters is gold and that not all dreams are achievable, I found myself in a dilemma. My dream of being an actress had faded away. And although I had got the opportunity to act as a child artist in a few advertisements, I didn't enjoy the process of it. During my 11th and 12th grade, I found myself struggling with my future career path. All my friends had started preparing for all these competitive exams, and here I was still figuring out what I wanted in life. I had one thing certain, that I wanted to pursue my higher studies from abroad, but I was unsure in which field or where I would do so. I had such varied interests, from acting to makeup and fashion to singing to psychology. I was so confused that I often found myself in conflicts with my parents. I just knew that I wanted to go out of India. And with time, I even planned out my whole career path, like from which university I would pursue my degree, what I would study, how I would earn money, which country I would go to, etc. I had raised my concerns with my parents, and like every concerned parent, they too thought that I was too young to live alone, that also abroad for my bachelor's, and that I should pursue my master's from there instead. However, like they say, we cannot have all the beautiful things in this world. I went to a career counseling company with my parents. And when that company broke the news to me that it was impossible for me to go abroad for the career path that I had chosen for my masters, I was shocked. I felt my heart was shattering, and I just wanted to run away and hide. It felt like whatever I had planned earlier was a complete waste of time. It felt like life was laughing and mocking me for having too high ambitions. And I was embarrassed and upset at myself for not giving my best earlier. And I remember the ride back home was the longest ride I had ever taken in my life. My parents had noticed my silence and therefore they took me to a coffee shop, the same coffee shop where it had all begun. And they brought me a cup of cold coffee, and I bawled my eyes out the moment I saw that cup of coffee. I blame them for not sending me earlier and for giving me hope for post graduation. They sat there, they heard me out, and only once I had calmed down did they tell me something that completely changed my outlook towards my life. I remember them telling me that my life was not over just because one gate had closed for me, that I could still pursue the same degree in India. They asked me what I prioritized more, my studying abroad or my pursuing the degree that I wanted. And the answer was as simple as that: be a queen in your own country. And I couldn't be thankful enough for the support that my parents showed me. My father even declared that he would fully fund my trip to Australia, which really brought me to tears. And he did eventually. That coffee pe charcha was what helped me realize my narrow thinking and made me look for more opportunities. My life wasn't over. I could still pursue the course I wanted and I could still stay close to my parents. What mattered was whether I enjoyed the process of it. So when one door closes on your face, another one will open for you. You just need to open your eyes to see them. Although I didn't pursue my master's, but I still have hopes for my MPhil, and I look forward to many more coffee dates with my parents. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Welcome aboard, and thank you for sharing the story, which is called Growing Up. Been through it, and we all have all our experience in place. And what a beautiful topic, to be honest. I'm taking the liberty to just say it's beautiful. Reason being, it's 6:20 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just waiting for something called coffee. So thank you so much once again for sharing your thoughts out. Let's put our hands together to encourage our speech crafter, Sarah, once again. Okay, on that note, let's move to our third speaker. Third speaker is none other than Speechcrafter Rashi. Speechcrafter Rashi will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. I can see both of you on my screen, so I'm going ahead. Speechcrafter Rashi, crafting confidence, shaping success. Crafting confidence, shaping success, Speechcrafter Rashi.
Hello, everyone. Hoping you all are doing good today. So here I am genuinely thrilled to be here today as we are ready to kick off something very awesome. Our very own women entrepreneur platform for the city. She will empowered and purposed. Almost a year back, like in December 2022, as the year was tapering down each day on the verge to setting, with the setting sun, my girls, my daughters came up to me. They were here to stay with me. And one fine evening, they just shook me, literally shook me out of my wits. They were too frank in telling me that I was absolutely doing nothing of my worth. And as to why I was passing my time in just not so important things. And in the process, I was just losing myself somewhere. So suddenly you feel it was an awakening for me to grow, to nurture my talents and my confidence. I really got real for the moment. I started thinking, that thinking process came into my mind again to what my daughters were repeating to me. The thought of getting, recognizing, and celebrating the incredible women in the town. The women in the town, like as homemakers, entrepreneurs, freelancers, and so much more, to make them a collective strength, a strength which was in the form just not an organization, but as a symbolic ecosystem to support and hold each other. So now here we are, launching the group of a powerhouse of support, encouragement, and unity, a powerhouse of talent. Here we are, not as a platform. What we are coming up is not as a club, but it is a movement. It is a continuous flow. It is a continuous flow of energy and unity. A movement in this fast growing world where we will be breaking barriers, smashing the stereotypes, and creating a space for every woman to go and to chase her dreams and to make them come true. Our purpose here is to foster a community to give your dreams wings, to find aspirations, to find company, to find collaborations, coordination and collaborations going hand in hand. By lifting each other, we will be able to create a ripple effect of positive change. In our group, we have one girl who is a makeup artist now and a renowned makeup artist of the city. I may not be able to name her, but I've seen her struggle right from the beginning. She has gone through a failed marriage with the only child, and now through her struggles all the way in last 4-5 years, I've seen her grow and becoming a famous person in the town. So she is coming as an inspiration to me. She is here. That is what I'm aspiring for. That we are here to coordinate with each other, to uplift each other, and to come up to the thoughts. So, hey, when women support each other, amazing thing happen. Miracles happen when we women start supporting and coordinating each other. So here we are for the networking. We are having a responsibility through mentorship, through learning. We are going to make it happen what we really want to do. Our passion and our dedication is surely going to become our power. And gradually we are going to come up with our dreams. So we will be coming up with events, workshops, and sessions, what we'll be conducting to fulfill our dreams here. I'm reminded of a very powerful quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. A woman is like a tea bag. You will not be able to judge her capabilities until she is put in hot waters. I think it very much connects with people around, with all of you, all the women who are here, to weave your aspirations and your desires into a collective strength so that you may all come up with what you call with winners. You can always be the architects of your own destiny, stepping up in strength, resilience, and standing tall as a warrior. We need to collectively come up to create that positive change in the society as well as in our life, and come up to reach to greater horizons in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Rashi, for such an empowering speech today, giving us a new horizon and a lot of food for thought. I was thrilled, and it was so much insightful for me as well. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together again for Speechcrafter Rashi for delivering that beautiful speech with us. Okay, then we have the last Speechcrafter, last but not the least, Speechcrafter Renu, who will be delivering her speech. Toastmaster Samita will evaluate Speechcrafter Renu. Okay, Speechcrafter Renu, loss or gain? Loss or gain, Speechcrafter Renu.
Moti, fatso, bhans, baby elephant, and what not were the usual words that I was so used to hear after I turned 16. And these words did not bother me at all. I was not motivated. In fact, I was motivated. Had no inspiration to reduce. Okay, tell me, how many of you have sometime or the other gone on a diet or heard someone saying, I am on a diet? Anyone? Oh, so we are on the same page, right? Born in a Punjabi family, high calorie food that included paranthas and food laced in ghee and sugar was part of my life. My parents always believed that one must eat well and exercise well. And I was doing both. I used to exercise, I used to swim, I used to run, and even played state level basketball. And I was eating well too. I used to think that when I'm healthy and fine, why should I reduce weight? My round shape did not matter at all. Although I was lean till the 9th standard, but my weight suddenly shot up after that. I recall telling myself that it's fine to be overweight because I enjoy eating and that I exercise every day. This attitude eventually resulted in me gaining immense weight. By the time I realized, I was already 84 kgs. Even then, I wasn't concerned. There was no need to reduce. There was no motivation. I did not like the idea of starving myself. Why should I? Time passed by. I went to a co-ed college. My clothing size had reached double XL. I used to commute via cycle. During one of the fests in my college, I overheard two boys talking, looking at me. One of them said, "See, what a fat girl." The other one said, "Don't worry, she's the one who will break the cycle." I heard and laughed it off. It did not matter much to me. I never felt ashamed, never wanted to go on a diet. Neither there was a need to reduce nor the motivation. Why should I? A few years later, my father got posted to Jammu, where he had a lot of young officers in the unit. I think I forgot to tell you that my father was in the army. So in this unit, all smart and handsome hunks were there. I liked each one of them, fell for each one of them. However, they probably didn't like me much. It was obvious why. None of them ever asked me for a dance in our social gatherings. Who would fall for a fatso? But these were the occasions where I started feeling dejected and I felt hurt. And that was when I got my motivation to be slimmer and to get married to a smart Fauji officer. I realized that if I don't work on myself now, I would never be able to get married to a defense officer, which I always wanted to. So now I found my why. I got it. The reason to shed off my extra weight. This was enough reason for me to test my willpower. Now I had the will to kill. I made a resolution to do whatever I needed to do to get back into my shape. I figured out where I was going wrong. I had to work on my diet and avoid high calorie food along with a lot of strenuous exercise. Losing weight was a difficult task, but going slow and steady with a strong willpower, I lost that extra fat on my body from 84 to 62, from round to slim. I lost 22 kilograms in that year. The compliments from people around me were my boosters when I felt like giving up. I became the most eligible girl with whom all officers wanted to dance. I finally got married to the prince of my dreams. Finally, wait was over. I don't know whether it was my loss or gain. What do you think? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Speechcrafter Renu, for giving us the motivation factor and letting us know that slow and steady definitely wins the race. Thank you so much for that insightful self journey and the self introspection which you did. Let's please put our hands together for our Speechcrafter Renu for delivering such a great speech today. On that note, time is ticking, and this is the time for evaluation of these speeches delivered now. So let's move with our very first evaluation. Our first evaluation will be for speech crafter Ravneet, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Samita is a very special person in this meeting because she was a speech crafter herself in her Toastmaster journey. She has 30 plus years experience in academia as a principal and now a trainer. She is the mother of two wonderful children. And yes, she is another speech crafter, as I mentioned. She says, I am enjoying the journey and looking forward to the process of becoming a captivated speaker. You are their speech crafter, Toastmaster Samita. I second that thing. Over to you. Please go ahead with the evaluation.
It was a wonderful speech, that I should say. Ravni, you have touched my heart because you spoke of the emptiness syndrome. All the women who go through this will resonate how difficult it is when a mother gives the life to the child and the child goes away. So kudos to you for choosing such a brilliant topic. What I loved about it is the way you went on explaining step by step that why you were missing your son more than your daughter, because your daughter had also gone and a son. So I loved the way you have said. What I would love you to do little better is that look into the camera. When you look into the camera, I know it is an online space, so we tend to look towards the people who are sitting, but then the connection breaks. So when you look into the camera, we feel you are looking at us, and that gives us a very good connect with what you were speaking. Second thing I would like to say is that you can add a little more of your vocal variety. Like you said, heart full of gratitude. Heartful. So when you stress on those words and you bring out that vocal variety, it immediately grabs our attention. We look forward to listening more of what you have to say. So that is a little bit which I would love you to work on. Coming to the aspect of speech organization, Your introduction was fine, step by step was fine, but I would love you to work a little more on the conclusion part. It was good. It was definitely good, but I would love to you to summarize the whole thing, how you went through it, and in the end, what happened. That will end the speech in a much better way where we summarize the whole thing. Over and above it, you were a wonderful speaker. Loved your speech, loved the topic, and I'm hoping to listen more of you. Over to you, coordinator Smooth.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita, for all your insights. It was I believe it was completely valuable for Speechcrafter Ravneet, which she can take with her and add the same while delivering the next speech. Thank you so much. I missed to again call timer Avarjana. Avarjana, you can please share the report, the timing report of all the Speechcrafters with me. And evaluators, you know the drill. Timing is for 2 to 3 minutes. The card will be respectively for 2, 2.5, and 3 minutes. Okay, let's move with the second evaluation. Second evaluation will be for Speechcrafter Sarah, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Dharma. He is a journalist who has worked for various publications in Singapore. He is now a freelancer writer and editor based on Johor Bahru, Malaysia. His other interests are in creative writing and public speaking. He has been a Toastmaster since 2012 and served in various roles, including that of club president. Toastmasters Dharma, stage is all yours for the evaluation. You're on mute, sir.
Thank you, Smriti. Speechcrafter Sarah, I was delighted to hear your speech. It was, I've heard various kinds of speeches, and I must say, if I were to characterize what kind of speech this was a storytelling speech. There are so many different types of speeches, but this was one where a story was involved and it was a narrative. What I liked most about the speech was the focus, of course, of this module, which is speech organization. You had good organization for the speech. You had a very clear introduction. First of all, the visual image of the cup of coffee and how that helped to start you on your journey of self-discovery. I think you brought that out very clearly at the beginning. And that was part of your introduction. And then you came to the body and you had very clear points I could detect. First, you spoke about the initial dreams that you had, which were, of course, not very well thought through and collapsed, of being an actress. And then you went on to the more thought through vision you had for the future. And that was focusing on your future career path. And there you had the idea that you had, which we all understand, is to be studying abroad for your masters. Now, all of us, I'm sure, will share the excitement and interest in such a thing of just being outside in an overseas environment, but also the fact that the important issue is the subject and that you are not focusing on that so much. You brought that out very well in your second point. And then your third point was the crisis, where you went for the career counseling and where, you know, the news was broken to you. You can achieve what you want while studying at home. You don't have to go overseas. And that's where that dream was called into question. And then the fourth point was how the whole thing was resolved. And you gave that very well, just traveling back and stopping at a coffee shop. And again, you brought in the metaphor of the coffee as a way of, as a metaphor again of how it played a role in this journey that you had. And the resolution was that the cup of coffee and the environment of the coffee shop helped you in discussing the whole thing with your parents and triggering all the emotions. And that also allowed your parents to give you the feedback. And somehow it helped you be ready to listen to what was realistic advice. And that really was the entire story, which was very well done. And then you came to the conclusion, and the transition I thought was very smooth, where you had some quotes. When one door closes, another opens. And then you talked about the learning of just that experience. That was very well done. Just telling a story of all the things that happened and then talking about what you learned out of it. That was your conclusion. Now, just a couple of suggestions about how this could be done better. One is, I would suggest that you stand and speak. Do not sit at the table. I know we do that a lot, especially in Zoom environments, and probably in the future, this is the way a lot of people will do it. They will be sitting at a desk and talking. However, in Toastmasters, we do encourage people to stand up where you can actually see someone, you can see their whole body so that your hands, your face, everything else can enter the communication. I noticed as you were speaking, your hands were moving, but then I could only see the tips of your fingers. If you were standing up, I would be able to see it very well. It's an important discipline that you should do. And even in the future, if you end up always sitting at a desk and giving a talk, this discipline will definitely help you learn something, That's one. The second thing is, in your talk, what I didn't hear you talk about more clearly was, what was the subject that you were interested in? Maybe I missed that point, but even if you did say it, you didn't work on it so much. And I thought if you put more effort on it, then it will make the whole story even stronger, because the whole idea of why go overseas to study this subject, So all in all, this is a great speech. You have good organization. There are all these small things that you can improve on and make your speeches even better. So thank you again, and great speech. Back to you, Smriti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dharma, for sharing that plethora of knowledge regarding the body language and how the organization can be done in a much top-notch manner. Thank you so much for the evaluation. Moving forward, we have speech crafter Rashi, and she'll get evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. The distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh is the founder and managing director of a construction management consulting firm with over 35 plus years of experience in project management. He's also a professor of practice at several engineering colleges, teaching, training, and coaching emerging engineers. Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, stage is all yours for the evaluation.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Speechcrafter Rashi. Crafting confidence, shaping success. I'll start with what Smriti Mohanty said immediately after your speech. Our empowering speech, an insightful speech, and a wonderful speech. I totally agree with the way she immediately said that after your speech. What I liked more in this was you reminded us of those times when somebody says something to you and you realize, hey, what am I doing here? You immediately take a U-turn and have a new goal. That's what happened to you when your daughter spoke to you. We all were in that zone where some point of time somebody has said something and we have probably thought this is the time that we need to make a U-turn. I connected very well with you over there. Also, the words that you used and the speed, the space, and the pauses that you took made me realize that what is coming next? What is coming next? Now what is going to happen? What is she going to talk next? So it kept me in your speech quite well. So I like that second bit also. Thirdly, you have wonderful vocabulary which was completely there in your speech. It kept me thinking that you are a good writer. Now, here are a few things that you may want to consider for you to better your speech. I recommend that you listen to the speech after this recording is sent to you for two reasons. One, close your eyes and listen to it and understand everything that you have said. Close your eyes and do this. Secondly, when you re-listen to it, second, third, fourth time, try to understand, is this the way I talk to somebody who is sitting next to me? Why I say that? While your words were very powerful, your literary skills are very good. But when you are giving a speech, is it connecting to my ears? I felt that narrational, conversational tonality was slightly missing in your speech. Can you narrate this with somebody when they are sitting next to you? Would you speak like that? Just listen to it by closing your eyes. One more suggestion I would like to give is take me into your zone. In presentation literacy, what we learn here is we bring audience to our zone. When you were talking about a narration where your story started in December 2022, you told me when, but did you take me there? You talked about your daughter, but I was only hearing you. I was not in that zone or in that scene where this happened. Take me into your world and show me all that you wanted to show me. Lastly, what I would want to tell you was in any speech, when you're talking to your audience, I want to know what is it that I'm taking away from your speech. Your opening was fantastic. You had a lot of content in your body, but in the conclusion, I wanted to hear, well, now she is doing something here. What is it that I'm supposed to do? Take me to an action. Do I visit your website? Do I call you after a month and find out what are you doing? How has it been in your entrepreneurial journey, in your group that you have created? What? How do I connect back to you? What are my actions to it? So I felt that conclusion should have been a little solid. Thank you for your speech. Would like to hear next speech next Saturday. Back to
Thank
you,
you, sir.
Toastmasters Pratik.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, for sharing your insights that how can we make an empowering speech more persuasive and influencer. Thank you so much for those thoughts. Moving ahead with the next evaluation, we have speech crafter Renu, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Samita once again. Toastmaster Samita, stage is all yours.
Speechcraft Renu. I found the title very interesting. Loss or gain. It hooked me up to listen more to what you had to say. What was that you're talking about? Is it a loss or is it a gain or is it both? So that was very interesting. Your pace of narration was good. Introduction was good. I'm first telling you what I loved about your speech. You used vocal varieties, you used your vocal to say paratha, and I could literally feel that, yes. We Indians connect with food a lot. So when you are speaking about food and you take the right pauses, it gives the desired result to the audience. You went on after the interruption why you were not bothered about your weight. and you were happy where you were because you were doing certain sort of exercise and you didn't think that necessary. Came out very well. The whole aspect came out very well. The examples that you gave one by one, that why you felt there was no need for you to lose your weight. I loved that. I loved the sequencing of it. I would like you to put in why, as an army kid, you felt. Why did you mention that your father was in an army? A little bit background would have done wonders to the story that you were telling. That connection would really make the story more empowering. Good use of props to show that you were around like a football and then you became slim. Absolutely wonderful. My recommendation would be, when you are speaking, you need to be aware of the angle. If I speak to you in this manner, the connection is not built, and it some way takes away my attention from looking at the full face. So just have an AV check before you start, and when the room is open, and check the camera angle. Looking into the camera is one recommendation I definitely would like to give to most of the speechcrafters, especially to you. You were looking, but many a time we could not see that. I found your eyes going here and there, which was a little distracting. Look into the camera. Of course, you can move if you want, but your eyes should be on the camera. What I would like you to do a little better, since the organization speech, organization was the topic, introduction was good, body was good, but again, the conclusion part, I would have loved you to elaborate a little bit. Bring the story together by connecting what you have started, what you have said, and to the end, and make a complete story out of it. So that is what I would look forward. Over and above, it was a lovely speech. I would love to hear you again, and all the best to you. Over to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita, for sharing your insights on the speech delivered by Speechcrafter Renu. Please put your hands together for all our evaluators who have shared their knowledge and expertise with us. Now we understand that it's not only the power of word, it's the power of having the gestures and by placing the camera well and having a correct eye contact with the camera, with the small, tiny bit light flashing on your screen. On that note, Avanjana, yes, you are really prompt on sharing the report with me. I'll share the same with all. Thank you so much. We'll let you all know the timing taken by the respective evaluators. Now you all can breathe, especially the speech crafters. Table topics are done. If prepared speeches are done. Now, again, you have to prepare for your next Saturday, for your next speech. So before that, we need to learn what next on our table. What's the next aspect on which we have to focus more? For that, we have our educational session in place. Today's educational session is on the topic of having a purpose, the purpose of the speech, and the same will be delivered by Toastmaster Lakshmi Sujata. I can see her. Toastmaster Lakshmi is a behavioral and leadership trainer. She found her ikigai through her job with the Akshay Patra Foundation. She facilitates training program across India that upskills and motivates the frontline workers of her organization. And to upskill herself, her go-to place is Toastmaster. Toastmaster Lakshmi, time for your session is 15 minutes. 13, 14, 15 is the timing. Avarjana will help you to keep on track. Stage is all yours. Looking forward to all the important message and aspects which you are going to share. Stage is all yours. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Smriti, and a very warm welcome to see very happy to see all the speech crafters here delivering such amazing speeches. A big round of applause to all of you for that. Thank you. So let me ask you this question. What does the word purpose mean in general to you? Kindly unmute and answer.
Goal.
Goal, okay. Yes, Toastmaster Ravneet, I think you've also unmuted.
Yeah, the same aim or goal.
Aim or goal, okay. Anything else? Ambition. Okay. Anything else?
Why? Purpose.
Why?
To know why. Yeah.
Why? Why am I here? Right? Why should I be here? Yes. Why should I celebrate Diwali? Why should I celebrate Christmas? Why Moharram? Why should I be here? Why should I do this? So, in very simple term, purpose is the need, the goal, aim. Right? Now, let me ask you this. Today, I saw that a couple of us attempted table topic sessions, and a couple of us also gave the speech today. Can I understand from you, while you were preparing the speech today, what was your purpose? Toastmaster Renu, what was your purpose when you were preparing for the speech?
Organizing the speech.
To deliver an organized speech.
An organized speech, yeah, right.
Speechcrafter Rashi, what was your purpose while you were writing the speech?
My purpose was to learn the techniques and to become better, like to grow, like to learn, because we are just like in the initial stages. So the way we learn, the way we'll write, and the way we'll deliver, I really wanted to learn more and to become better. My purpose was to become better. How can I write a better speech, and how can I deliver a better speech? And like in what way I can do it.
If I may just interrupt you here.
Yeah.
What does the mean better? What does the word better mean?
Better means the place where I am right now, I just want to be into a higher position in that.
Improvements.
Improvement in what I am as of
Can
now.
you give me one specific area of improvement?
Sorry?
One specific area of improvement that you're looking at.
For the sessions, like for the speech.
Yes, like you said, when you write the speech, your main purpose is to become a better version of yourself than you were earlier.
Yeah.
So that better there, I want to know one specific reason.
Better, I mean to say, I just want to improve to be more impactful.
More impactful. Okay, very
more
good.
Impactful when I am like saying something to anyone. Like,
okay. That's fair. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. So what we saw now is most of you have either written the speech by keeping the purpose, which is to deliver an organized speech, or your purpose was to become a better version of yourself from who you were during the last speech. Now, this better person, again, or a better speaker, again, I went into the specificity because that is what is going to help you work on that, like what Speechcrafter said, Speechcrafter Rashi said. She was specific about delivering an impactful speech. That was her purpose. Now, how many of you all have seen the movie, say, Chak De India or Mary Kom? Most of us here. What do you think was the intention or purpose of making such movies like Mary Kom, Chak De India?
Motivation.
Motivation?
Inspiring others.
Inspiring, motivation, absolutely.
And
How many-
rising, sorry,
Yes. How many of
rising
y'all
from
have
the
watched?
grassroots level to a higher pedestal.
Absolutely. Correct. And that is through inspiration or through motivation. How many of y'all have watched the movie, say, what is this, Rocky or Rani or Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum? Hum Aapke Hai Kaun? I'm sure these are all Hindi movies, and since most of us are Indians here, I'm assuming that you've all watched it. What was the purpose of these movies?
Entertainment.
Entertainment, got it right. So one purpose we saw was
They had a
inspiration.
message also.
I'm sorry?
They had a message also.
They had a
Rani
message.
and Rocky and Rani.
Absolutely. But however, it was through entertainment, mainly entertainment. Yeah. Now let me take up another movie or probably one of the news channels. What is their main intention? Or rather, I should say, what should be the main intention of news channels and media?
Information, knowledge, sharing of information.
Knowledge. Absolutely right. So just by looking at these different movies and different things, we have understood what is purpose. Right? What are the purpose? One, to inspire. Second, to entertain. Third, to inform. And fourth one is to persuade someone into something. Right? When you say persuade, you have a thought in mind and you feel it's right. So you're putting it across to a group of people so that they can take up that thought from you and try to implement it in their life as well. Right? So that is the fourth category, persuade. Now let me ask you this question. Why do we need to have a purpose? For whom? The purpose is for whom?
For the audience, the one who are listening to us.
For the one who is listening to us? Sure. So what about the speaker? Can the speaker go ahead and speak without a purpose? What would happen if the speaker doesn't have a purpose? The speech would go all around the place other than where it should go. Right? If your purpose was to inspire someone when you write your speech, that should be the main thing in your mind. Today, when I'm going to stand in front of all these people and speak, I am going to inspire at least two of my audience. Right? So it is not just for the audience, it is mainly for the speaker. As a speaker, you have to be clear on what is it that you want to do, or rather, why are you delivering this speech? And while doing this, my recommendation is put yourself in the shoes of the audience. Okay, be as critical as possible as you can get with yourself. Right? And listen to your own speech. And once you're done with your speech, ask yourself, was I able to entertain my guest, my audience? Was I able to inspire? Or was I trying to entertain, but did it become an informative speech? Ask yourself these questions and be critical. As critical as possible. I know that there are a lot of, there's a school of thought that says, don't be critical on yourself, it is okay. But I believe, be positively critical on yourself, and that would help you gain better. So let me just quickly go back to the 4 points that we discussed. What is purpose? What are the different kinds of speech purposes? The third thing that we spoke about is, for whom is the speech purpose important? Is it for the audience or is it for the speaker themselves? And the fourth thing that we looked into was how can you decide if you have met the purpose of your speech, right? Toastmaster Smriti, I think the timer is off camera. I just wanted to check where we are on time?
Yeah, I'll check. Yeah,
Yes,
she
yes.
can.
You're on
So
time.
where,
You can please go ahead.
Time.
okay, cool. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again, like all the 4 points, like the
Yeah.
last?
Very first point is, what is the very meaning of purpose? Second, what we spoke about was the 4 kinds of speech purpose, or I would say a movie purpose or a speech purpose, or anything that you're delivering. It could be even your written blogs. Why are you writing that blog? Why are you making the speech? And what were they? First, to inform someone, to persuade someone, to inspire, to entertain, or to inform.
Inspire.
Inspire. I'm sorry, to inspire.
Yeah.
Cool. And the third question that we answered was, for whom is this required? Is it for only the audience, or is it only for the speaker? And we concluded that it is for both. The fourth thing that we spoke about was, how can you understand if your speech is meeting the purpose that you have in mind? Simple. Be positively critical on yourself and listen to that speech. Right? Now, this is when it comes to a speech purpose. Any questions so far before I go ahead? On any of those 4 points, any questions? Do you want to know what are informational speeches? What are entertainment speeches? Would you like to know that?
Ma'am,
Yeah?
just one question I
Yeah.
just wanted to ask. When my evaluation was done, like, so sir told me, like, suggested me that I should be speaking in the terms like the person next to me should understand, like.
Yes.
So I'm just a bit not able to understand because the speech which I delivered, it was like for a purpose of telling a crowd. It was like a speech. It was not a normal, like a conversation. It was not like a conversation or telling about. It was mainly I had the purpose of behind that speech was to deliver it at the platform which I'm launching. So it was to be delivered at the time of introduction of the launch.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we are doing it like for a group of people, and if we are doing it in that manner, like we are conducting a launch or we are conducting a seminar and we are doing this speech, then I think it has to be different if I'm just having something in conversation with you.
Okay. So if I could just answer this question, first of all, since the feedback or that evaluation comment has come from your evaluator, I would
Yes.
suggest that you connect with him offline on this.
Yes, yes,
He will
yes.
help you.
Yes, yes.
However, to just try to answer your point, when you're launching something,
Yeah.
I think the main purpose in that should be more than a conversation. What is in it for the audience
Yes, yes, yes.
in that launch? Right? So
Yes.
you should be able to throw out the benefits of
Yes.
your product to the audience. So
Yes, yes.
how you do that? You can do it either through a story, conversation, or point by point.
Yes, yes.
Anything is okay. Right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I hope that answered your question. And
Yes,
for
yes,
more
yes.
for more details, please contact the
Yeah,
evaluator.
sure. Thank you so much. It was
Sure.
just a query, like it was nothing. Like I was just trying to get into that evaluation and try to better myself, like to what
Actually,
way I should move forward
Rashi,
later. Yeah.
Speechcraft Rashi, I would say that I'm very happy that you brought up this point to get it clarified. And I think you should talk to your evaluator. You should, because it is brilliant to see that you want to, become a better person. Thank you so much for that. Applause is for
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So now coming back to the 4 things, that is entertainment, information, inspire, and to persuade. Information speech. Basically, you will give data research points. Like you want to speak about AI. How is AI going to impact the world? Or where has AI reached so far? So basically, you're going to speak about public speaking or about Toastmasters. what are you going to do? Give us data points. Give us a problem, give us a solution, and in this, you give us the data points related to that. Right? Next, entertainment. What is entertainment? It could be a story. Through that story, you have a message. Like I had Speechcrafter Ravneet say that Rocky and Rani had a message also. But through entertainment, they had a very good message. Right? Similarly, in your speech, add humor, add role play, add drama, entertainment package. But at the end of it, have a message. Because people should know why they are even listening to you. Right? Coming to next thing is inspire. How do you inspire people? Best way, tell your own story. When you tell your own story, first thing, you connect with people. Because most of us here have similar stories and similar lifestyles. So they instantly connect with, oh, yeah, this is what happened to me as well. Oh, this is what I can do to come out of it. Right? So you inspire. Persuade. How do you persuade? You have tried and tested a technique and you feel it has worked for you. For example, how to overcome procrastination. You have tried out a technique and you know this technique works very well for you. So you can put it up there and people would get persuaded to try that technique, what you have already tried. Right? So this was mainly about when it comes to speech purpose.
Which movie did you
There
give
is
an
also
example for Persuade, ma'am?
Persuade.
To
I have not
Persuade,
given.
which
I have not given.
but I thought I missed it. Yeah.
No, I have
Can
not
we say,
given.
oh my God, 2 is an example?
Yes, I think I've not seen Oh My God 2. I have seen Oh My God, the first one, where they say you need to be God loving rather than God fearing. So that is where they've given you a different perception about God. So yes, you can. Oh my God, I've not seen 2, so I cannot comment on that. Yeah. Yes, I know I see the red light here, but just one last line that I want to put in here. What we spoke about so far is about speech purpose, on why you're delivering a speech. Now, there is also another part of it on evaluation purpose. Why are you evaluating? I think evaluation is also one of your project that's going to come soon. Just one point, please keep in mind while you're evaluating someone, do not evaluate the content as such. Right? You do not have to summarize the content saying you did this, you did this, you did this. No. Instead, you will have to say, how did it affect you? How did that impact you? Whatever speech a person has delivered, how has it impacted you? Give them, say, 3 good points and 2 points of recommendation. How can they improve? Yeah. So this is on the evaluation purpose. In a nutshell, though it was not part of my session, I thought I should just mention it here today. With this, I would like to conclude and say purpose is important, not just for the audience, but for the speaker as well. Yeah. And please be positively critical about yourself while you're writing and listening to your own speech. With this, I like to conclude and over to you, Smriti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Please put your hands together for that, Toastmaster Lakshmi, for sharing those insightful knowledge. And it made me think, what was my purpose when I started the meeting today? Enough food for thought, and we all need to self-introspect a lot here. And on that note, the education process is done, and we had an evaluator for the education session as well. But I need to quickly check. Toastmaster Chitrakshi, are you there?
Give me 1 second. I'm just joining from my laptop. 1 minute.
Sure. By the time she joins, Speechcrafters, what do you think? What was the purpose of your speech today? Did you get a chance to run through your speech again and can say, okay, this was my purpose? Was it inspiring or persuasive or entertaining or informational? Anyone, you have time to just share if you could able to identify today.
In fact,
Speechcraft.
yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah?
Reenu, please go ahead.
Yeah. Now, after listening to Toastmaster Lakshmi, see, inspire is when you tell your own story and connect with people, people get inspired. And persuasion is when you have tried and tested something and then, I mean, it works well for you. So the other people also get inspired and persuaded. So today I feel my speech was more of persuasion. Although in conclusion, I would have done a little more work and so that others, I mean, got the motivation. But then, if you could just tell me, DTM Lakshmi, whether it was persuasion or inspiration. For me, it was inspiration. But
so the interesting part about speeches is sometimes within one purpose, you will have another purpose as well. There is an implicit purpose and there's an explicit purpose. So, like for example, you might do an entertaining speech, but you're inspiring someone. So in yours, I found both inspiration and persuasion.
Okay, thank you so much. Before Speechcraft Rashi, I'll just ask you to hold for a second because we have the evaluator now. Well, post that will run through each and every Speechcrafter. So for the evaluation of our educational session, we have another ex-Speechcrafter with us. So it's like a special meeting for us today. So we have Toastmasters Chitrakshi here. She is the secretary of Gabby's Toastmaster Club and Impact Delhi chapter as well. She has empowered over 6,000 individuals to secure promotions, ace interviews, and excel in the visual and vocal communication. Driven by her passion for making a meaningful impact, she aspires to positively transform the lives of 1 million individuals by the year 2033. Toastmaster Chitrakshi, stage is all yours for the evaluation of Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti. Toastmaster Lakshmi, an opportunity to evaluate you is actually preparing for a contest because it is one of the toughest things that one can do. You're an inspiration, and not just now, even when I was a speech crafter and you would come for an evaluation, I would try my best to make sure that you evaluate me because you've always been so motivating. And that's what you did here today as well. Starting from engaging with the audience, getting in Bollywood to make sure that all of us are with you every single page of the speech purpose, or whether it is answering every question that someone has. You've always taken it up a notch. You've always been that inspiration and someone everyone looks forward to becoming or being like similar to. So that is something that nobody can take away from you. So again, the first thing that I loved about your entire educational session was how you started with engaging the audience, asking them what they think is the purpose. What do they think they had in mind? Where did they start from? And what is the purpose of your educational session today? So that was a great way to get everyone on board. And as image consultants and trainers, that's one thing that always gives you a heads up when your audience is with you and they know why they are here for you. Second, choosing something which is common to everyone. Bollywood is that one thing which is common to every Indian. If you like it, you hate it, it's cringe, irrespective of what it is, you've watched it, you know it, and that's a very easy way of explaining things. So whether it was Rocky or Rani, which is, I don't know why, my latest favorite, or Chak De India, which is always inspiring, to talking about news as well, which is originally supposed to be informative and now it's entertainment as well. But yes, it started with informational to persuasion. You did a really good job of giving examples of each of them. And finally, how you concluded and how you took everyone through each and every question and answer. That is something very well done. What are some of the things that you can work upon? One thing that you can work upon is giving very clear. I think you gave good examples for inspirational, entertainment, and also for informational, but you missed out on persuasion. So the major difference between persuasive speaking and inspirational speaking is call to action. When someone wants to persuade you, they tell you exactly what to do. Stop bursting crackers, it's pollution. So you know they want you to stop bursting crackers. And this is something that you find very commonly in political speeches. That's one way to explain persuasive speaking, because it's not about inspiring others. That's a part of it, and every purpose overlaps most definitely, because to hold everyone's attention, if you don't have entertainment, you're not there. However, there is one major purpose, which is giving a call to action, and the person has to do it. So by the end of it, end of Obama's speech, yes, we can, everyone got up and said, yes, we can. Till today, everyone says, yes, we can. That's what persuasive speaking is. Second, I do understand that we are all so busy right now, and I can make out you're on your phone in a car and the light is dimming. This talks about your commitment towards the speech and helping everyone get there. However, it also takes away from your educational slot. You're there and everyone's watching you on a laptop. So when we are looking at you on the screen, you're only here, your presence, which is an inspiration in itself, which is creating so much of an impression in everyone's mind, that you are restricting it on a phone. So if you could probably have a phone which has the torch on, so it's focusing on you and there's constant light on your face, and you're taking it from the car, I think that will really take it all up a notch for everyone, because ultimately educational sessions are as important as evaluations, because they set the objectives for the next speech, and that's something everyone's very particular about. So I would suggest keep your style on, keep your inspiration on, and motivate us like you've always done. From making me a speech crafter to a Toastmaster, you had a very huge hand there and a major part that you took. Uh, Two things that you can add are probably better lighting, so we can all see you, or just switch on the light in the car so we can see you better, because your presence, your aura is definitely something we all look forward to while you're speaking. Your visual communication is brilliant. And maybe, just having this clarity between inspiration and persuasion, because that's where most people tend to lose out. And do that, and you're going to be a hit like you always are. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much, Chitrakshi, for sharing your insights on the educational session today. On that note, we have covered all the segments. Please put your hands together for each and every one of us who took their time, invested here, and maybe a smaller or bigger role today. We completed it on time. So kudos to all of us. I would like to take the opportunity to thank you, each and every role takers. So to take that time, accepting certain requests at the last minute. So thank you so much once again for taking up the role. And our beautiful speech crafters, you have taken the time for preparation and delivering it on time. So congratulations. And another special person, our timer. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avarchana, to be there throughout the session, being a silent listener, but timing us, which is very important for a speaker. Thank you so much for your time as well. On that note, it is a wrap. Before we wrap it up, let me give you your purpose for the upcoming speeches. So, the upcoming speech purpose is having a purpose in your speech. The speech length will be again of 3 to 5 minutes. You have to prepare a speech with a purpose. Now, the catch is you will not start your speech by saying the purpose of my speech is this. Rather, after completing your speech, your evaluator and the audience should be able to understand, okay, this was the purpose of the speech got delivered. I hope the purpose of your next speech is clear to all of you. Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Then let me see which all speech crafters are here. I can see Rashi, Renu, Sarah. Okay, Anshu, thank you so much for the virtual confirmation. Okay, then thank you so much once again to Toastmaster Selena. I can see you still. You are here with us. I can see Toastmaster Dharma. DTM Nagesh. Okay, all of you, thank you so much for being there. We would like to wind up the session here. Looking forward to see all of you again in our coming weeks. Speech crafters, I would request you to stay for a while. Rest, thank you so much once again for your presence. Have a good day ahead.
Good night, all.